Make sure you follow. I almost got through an entire show not saying follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Monty Show, MONTY, The Monty Show on YouTube. Should we talk BYU and the Honor Code?
Yeah.
This is ugly. This is as ugly as it gets. Meet Tinder app. Girl on Tinder. Guy that plays football at BYU on Tinder.
Mm-hmm.
Guy attacks girl on Tinder for her pro-choice beliefs and attacks her savagely. I will leave the rest to, I don't even know this girl's name.
Her first name is Steph. Her last name, I believe how you pronounce it, is Dupar. I hope that's right.
Steph Dupar.
Yeah.
Here's what she said happened on Tinder with a BYU football player.
Representative Yoho put his finger in my face. He called me disgusting. He called me crazy. He called me out of my mind. He called me dangerous. Representative Yoho called me, and I quote, a fucking bitch. I am here because I have to show my parents that I am their daughter and that they did not raise me to accept abuse from men.
So that's the first video.
Ugh.
Okay, so that's the beginning. Then, and let me scroll down here. This website is very busy.
Yes. So that's a football player that she's accusing of doing that.
So the guy's name, and it's all over the internet. His name is Wes Wright. He's a football player at BYU. This girl has pro-choice. Like you can on like Tinder. Apparently, she did screenshots. You can do like bubbles, and you can write things on your profile, like hashtags and stuff like that, or whatever. So she had. So she had BLM, pro-choice, just like stuff that's going on in our society of her beliefs. Like, okay, that's fine. Like, nothing, like, I don't see anything issue with that.
Yeah.
And this guy literally messaged her. The first thing he said, and this is the screenshot she shared, the first thing that Wes messaged Steph was, get your baby murdering ass out of here. That was literally the first message, just starting the conversation out.
Ooh.
And so he said that, and apparently said a bunch of other stuff in the conversation, which she has not shared. But then, so this is part 2 of the video. This is kind of like an update she released the next day after putting out the first video.
The incredible amount of support. I really wasn't expecting this when I posted yesterday. I am never, ever going to tolerate that kind of disrespect from men, and I do believe in making sure that this isn't just like about me and about this football player, but I have friends who are scared to report sexual harassment and sexual violence, and I want to let them know through my example that nobody ever disrespecting you is okay, especially a privileged white male. I have reported him to the Honor Code Office, but unfortunately because of that, they won't tell you what happens. I reported him to BYU football, the Dean of Students, and I haven't gotten a response from BYU football, and all BYU did on Instagram was refer me to the Dean of Students, who just referred me back to the Honor Code Office where I already put in a report, and I reported him on Tinder. I don't know why I'm feeling like Tinder is probably going to do more than BYU is.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
First of all, is what Wes Wright said to this girl an honor code violation? Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I think it means that Wes Wright cannot play football anymore. That's what this means. When you attack a woman in that nature, that's not who BYU is. And I am not Mormon. I am not LDS. I know the honor code like the back of my hand because here in Utah, when you work in the media, you better. This is an honor code violation. It's one of the worst. I think that what Wes Wright did is ridiculous. I think that it's okay to have pro-life views. I think it is okay to express those pro-life views. But when you attack another person because of their beliefs, when you tell somebody to get their, quote, baby murdering ass out of here, you can't play football at BYU.
Yeah.
That's an honor code violation, and it's a heinous one. And there's so many people that are vilifying this girl for reporting him to the Honor Code Office. Why is she wrong here? This girl has done nothing wrong. And I don't know her. I have no particular attachment to her. I just know she's a human being that has a belief, and she should be respected for that.
Yeah.
just like Wes, should be respected for his belief. And this is the issue with a lot of what goes on at BYU, and frankly, with the Mormon church and the LDS community on the whole. There is this elitist attitude, and there is this elitist belief system. And I will even go as far as to say, I think there is an elitist stigma around the LDS community that, oh, we're better than you. Get your baby murdering ass out of here.
Right.
And I just know too many LDS people who are not that way. Mm-hmm. And I know too many people at BYU and affiliated at BYU who went to BYU who are not that way.
Right.
And that's the biggest issue with what Wes did here, is that he stained the reputation of BYU. This has gone viral. This has gone international.
Yeah.
This is, a lot of news sites in the UK picked this up. This is a problem for Wes. Mm-hmm. And Wes owes this woman an apology. Wes should not play football. And I don't think he should be. There's a lot of people saying he should be kicked out of BYU. He should not be kicked out of BYU.
She wants tangible action taken against Wes. Like, she wants.
As she should.
I think. I mean, I don't know. This is just my opinion, but I would assume that she's looking for like a suspension or even a kicked out of the program level action or something of that nature. She's looking for that. She wants an apology from Wes. And then
what has their interaction been though? This is what I don't understand. What's all of this?
That's the story though. They haven't had interaction outside of what he said to her. Like, so.
But how is she talked about how he was sticking his finger in her face and.
Yeah, like I don't know. There's not a lot of backstory as far as what their interaction is outside of Tinder. But
have they met outside of Tinder?
No, I don't believe so. No, not that I've seen.
Well, let's play that first video again because it is clearly the most salacious one. And again, this is Wes Wright. He's a defensive back at BYU. And I see everybody just tuning in on YouTube on this. He's a defensive back at BYU. He clearly used as a Tinder app, mm-hmm. which my guess is that if you ask any elder at BYU, hey, do you think I should be using the Tinder app? I'm going to probably say they say no. But here nor there. Wes, I'm hoping, is single, because if you're single and on Tinder, cool. If you're not and you're on Tinder. But anyway, the point is, he went after a woman that was pro-choice and essentially attacked her character and her person. And this is how she describes it.
Nobody pray for me. You've been out there for me. Yeah.
Representative Yoho put his finger in my face. He called me disgusting. He called me crazy. He called me out of my mind. He called me dangerous. Representative Yoho called me, and I quote, a fucking bitch. I am here because I have to show my parents that I am their daughter and that they did not raise me to accept abuse from men.
Well, I don't think anybody says that you should, I don't know. I don't think anybody says that you should accept abuse from men. Is this tantamount to abuse?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is abuse. There's no doubt about it. It's verbal abuse, and if we're being serious about it, the only reason that it's getting this much run is because he plays at BYU. I mean, this type of thing happens all the time, and it doesn't get talked about. I mean, people, dating apps are renowned for people saying awful things to each other. So, my point here is that, I'm not saying that she's out looking for some kind of handout, but what I am saying is that the reason this is such a high profile thing is because he plays at BYU and he's a football player. And so when you have stature and you do something this stupid, like that's the part that I can't get over. You didn't have to say this. Something in his brain said, "Hey, she's got pro-choice on her profile. Yeah, I better put her in her place." I mean, what does that look like? What did you think was going to happen? And then you go on to allegedly, she hasn't released the screenshots, but allegedly he goes on to, tell her to F off and she's horrible and just all this heinous stuff. So I don't know, man. It's not good. It's really not
Well,
good.
we'll
at all.
see what happens. I think the Rep Yoho stuff is kind of ridiculous. I mean, I just don't think there's there's no reason to bring his name into this. But I look at this whole thing, and this is the elitist mentality at BYU. What Wes Wright said to this woman, it just plays on the stereotype of the elitist attitude at BYU, and it's terrible for them. It's terrible for the reputation at BYU. It not creates a stigma, it furthers the stigma. That's my biggest issue with it. That story's on my Twitter feed, The Monty Show, MONTY, The Monty Show.